Talk nerdy to me. It's Cubbie Chat with me, Cubbie. And I'm here. She's already laughing. And I'm here with, she's a social media icon, a theater kid, and the queen of all the fandom girlies. It's HannahSarah.
Oh my gosh,
Welcome to
that
episode
intro
2, Cubbie
song.
Chats, Hannah. What did you think of that
Thank you so much
intro?
for having me. I love it. That was Chef Kiss.
Yeah? I might keep it.
I think you should.
Okay.
Perfection.
And now that I've said some like nice things about you, go ahead and say some nice things about me.
Well, listen, I'm very jealous of your collection. I mean, you guys are just the king of collecting.
I'm in
There's
debt.
I love it. I love it. Your wife is probably like, "Please stop."
She definitely is. We definitely have this conversation about, and we just had this conversation 2 days ago, maybe, that I cannot watch new TV shows because if I get invested and I love it, the first thing I do is grab my phone and what merch is there,
What merch can I buy from this fandom?
right? I mean, most people would go to IMDb, look up the actors, see where the actors have been, and then that's enough, right? Maybe
Yeah,
get some
no.
production background, Wikipedia it. Not me. I have to spend my money. That's the
That's how I
scary
am
part.
now. It's really bad.
It is. I am scared to like new things.
Yeah.
I really, I, I can't afford to like new things.
No.
And we both are both obsessed right now with Wicked, and I've started the Wicked collection here.
Yeah. I have
I,
one Funko Pop of Wicked, and I'm like, okay, that's good. Bye.
which one did you get?
I have the Glinda one, and when she comes down in her bubble in that pink outfit.
I need that one. I have Elphaba and I have Glinda in the red dress. Those are the only two I've
Give
gotten
me
for.
Elphaba, and then I'll be like, okay, that's good.
And then I'm gonna get Fiero. That's in my Funko cart already.
That'll be good.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so. There's so much good,
there's too many
and
things.
Target's clearancing them out right now as we speak. So
It's like, here you go.
my wallet's about to hurt again. It's actually we're recording this now. It's January 2nd, so the new year has just begun. What New Year resolutions do you have?
I don't really do really resolutions anymore. I really am all about just like vision boards now and just like setting in motion just like what I kind of want this year to look like. I didn't really do it last year, but I wrote things down throughout the year and some of them came true. And so I was like, okay, we got to do this again and just really vision everything that I want to have happen. So, yeah.
What are you envisioning? What's on the board?
Be Joe's girlfriend? Just kidding. we'll t-
We will get to that in a minute.
I mean, he
We will
is on
address
there, but
that.
not for that. um, I would love to be invited to the Stranger Things season 5 premiere as just like a creator in general. So that's
Yes.
like obviously a big one. Um, get representation with like voiceover and acting is a big one that I've been trying to work on.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I put on there? Just more like media press stuff with events. I did some last year with different cons. So it's always so fun. I love doing that and just like possibly doing interviews with the talent, which can be
Yes.
hard,
Yes.
but I'm
Yes.
like, please. Um,
Yes. Yes.
just
Yes.
YouTube stuff. I started a YouTube channel, so I'm just like, hey, I'd love for that to grow. But yeah, just more more of a lot of those things. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like our vision boards would look almost
Very
identical.
similar.
Very, very similar. We have the same goals in mind.
Hmm.
But I think that's also, I mean, I'm so lucky that we cross paths because
Oh.
I think it's like so good to see, like, number one, other people working for the same goals
Hmm.
because there's obviously a ton of creators out there, but there's some who don't have like the same goals or who just do it, willy nilly, and that's perfect. That's okay.
Yeah.
But it's like other people who like want to like grow. That's really cool to see. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Super fun.
explore all the opportunities that the
Mhm.
avenue gives you.
Yeah, it's just like I never thought, like when I started my TikTok, really never thought anything would come of it. But then like it started growing and then like opportunities came from it. I mean, gosh, the two biggest ones for me this last year was Florence by Mills Coffee reached out to me to do like a
Mhm.
PR, which was super fun. I was like, okay.
That's cool. That's
And
awesome.
then Pandora Jewelry reached out to me to do
Mhm.
their Stranger Things collection and sent me stuff. I was like, that's huge. So
Which
I'm like,
honestly is probably the best thing you could have gotten because you
yes,
got free merch and that
yes.
stuff was expensive. So that's like the best thing you can do. When there's an expensive like Stranger Things collab coming out, the best thing that can happen is somebody reach out and be like, "Hey,
Here, you
we'll
want it?
send you this." I'll be like,
Thank
"Yes,
you.
please."
Yeah. So I'd love to
I
do more
mean,
of that too this year, like collabs with Stranger Things things, like any type of new merch that they may have. I'd love to collab with Stranger Things on Broadway to do like tickets for, give out tickets or something. That would be super fun too. So,
I'm
yeah.
I'm hoping that there's a red carpet or something like that.
Red
My
carpet.
thought process is that because they're bringing it from London, a lot
Mhm.
of the cast have seen the show already, but I'm assuming that a lot of the cast will be there opening night. So I'm assuming there's going to be a carpet. Now I
I
could be completely wrong. Everybody in the Stranger Things fandom has been wrong about everything so far. We have no idea when this trailer is dropping. People post all the time. Stranger Things Day, we got it wrong.
I know.
We said Netflix is going to stream that football game. We were wrong.
Lies. But I do think I did put it in our group chat. I do think I Super Bowl. I mean,
It
I
has to
I
be.
like you got to. Everyone is going to be tuning into that. I feel like the Netflix one was a possibility, but I don't think it's like that big avenue for them. Like Super Bowl is
That's
that
true.
big audience. So if they're going to do anything, it's got to be during that.
Actually, that makes perfect sense because you don't know how many people have yet learned that Netflix number one is streaming sporting events,
Yeah,
but and you don't even know how many people have. I mean, I'm sure Netflix has a lot of people who have
Netflix.
accounts, but
Yeah.
you are guaranteed that a huge monumental audience is watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I think you're right.
And everyone tunes in just for like the commercials and the new
Yeah, not even the game.
trailers. So yeah, the game, whatever. We don't care about the
Halftime
game.
show.
Yeah, that's about it. But yeah. So I really think if we don't get anything before then, I do think something could happen for them.
And Stranger Things Broadway said these next 6 days things are coming.
Hmm.
So hopefully,
I know.
hopefully we have a better clue of what's happening.
I
But
know.
I am excited to see George O'Malley TR Knight
Oh my
on
gosh.
stage.
I'm stoked. I love Grey's Anatomy and I love him. R.I.P.
I loved Grey's Anatomy up until like season 10.
Yeah. I was like,
After that,
wrap it up.
exactly. Let's wrap this show up, man.
You
We're on
like the
season
characters, and
23.
then they die, and then it's the same thing. I'm like,
How many times can Amelia and Owen fall in and out of love?
I
And
don't know.
Teddy, please.
Yeah,
But the best episode was the shooter episode, or
oh,
maybe the plane crash.
there's the first few like seasons had some top notch.
What'd you think of the musical episode?
Oh my, I'm so tired of TV shows. Like I'm a musical theater person. I love it, but I'm just like, my gosh, why are we adding a musical into that? They did it with Riverdale too. I was like, please.
I cringed.
It was so
I cringed. I couldn't. I I think that actually
bad.
made me lose interest in Riverdale. I couldn't. I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, it
The
made
Grey's
me.
Anatomy musical. I was
It's all
for it.
right. I was like,
How
okay.
How to Save a Life? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was like,
Okay,
give
so you're a musical theater girly. What did you think of Wicked?
well, I saw it, gosh, 4 times. I would have gone more. But it was so good. I've seen the Broadway, so I obviously knew like what it was. Um, but I don't know. It felt very different because Cynthia and Ariana just really brought these characters to life and
Hmm.
they did it in such a beautiful, authentic, raw way. And I loved it so much. Like, oh,
And
tears.
I just love that. Like I think everybody's probably familiar with Wizard of Oz, but
Yeah.
there were just so many great little nods to it. The opening
So
title,
many. Yeah.
Wicked, and then Elphaba putting the lion cub in the back in the basket and getting on her
So
bike.
yes.
Right? It's
So
just so
many
good.
nods to that, and just yeah, if you haven't seen Wicked, like you don't know what's coming, but with you do, you just see these little details of like, oh my gosh, like that's gonna happen, and this it's
Hmm.
so cute. I love it so much.
I have not see Mrs. Cubby has seen the musical, but
Hmm.
I have not. So I am new to
It's
I'm
worth it.
completely new to Wicked.
It's gonna be
Uh,
good.
what I'm hoping is that Elphaba, after putting up with all the crap, and let me just say, Madame Warble, when she's like, calls her the Wicked Witch and says her green skin is a manifestation of what's inside,
Hmm.
I hope she tears that beach up. I hope she goes full Scarlet Witch versus Kamatage. I hope she Thanoses their asses. I want her to flex so
I
bad.
agree.
Like that is what I'm hoping to see in Wicked Part 2. I have no other knowledge or context.
You're like, I just don't care. Just this only. Bye. Pretty
Yes.
much.
I just gosh, I don't it just like oh my gosh, it just ripped me into watching her greet Madame Morbo when she's meeting the
Yeah.
wizard. And then for her to turn around and say that,
Bye,
like,
girl.
yes,
Yeah, this is awful.
like
Yeah,
fly off, man. Golly, that was painful.
it
All right,
was.
like I said earlier, you're the queen of the fandom girlies. How
Thank you.
many fandoms are you in? What is like? What are we in? What are we talking?
I mean, gosh, Harry Potter's a really big one for me. I've got 2 Harry Potter tattoos, so that's like up there. Star Wars, um, anime is like its own thing. There's not like really one show that I love, but we're in the anime fandom. Vampire Diaries, which a lot of people know me by as well.
I've
Lord,
never seen that show.
oh my gosh, go watch it.
Everybody says it's good. I know that I only know Nina
Mhm.
Dobrev because I watched her in Degrassi.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's
Well,
it. That's
go
my
watch
knowledge
it.
of the show. That's
Uh,
as good as it gets.
yeah. Lord of the Rings, Marvel. Disney's like such a broad thing, but I'm a huge
Mhm.
Disney nerd as well. But yeah, those are like the biggest ones that I'm
I feel
into. But
like, and I've had this
probably
conversation with our buddy Cinco,
others. Mhm.
but I think like when you enter, I think Harry Potter was probably everybody's like gateway into like fandom,
Yeah.
like a loyal fan base, the cosplaying, the collecting. Like it's Harry
Mhm.
Potter because Cinco also has a decent Harry Potter collection.
Does he? Yeah. I yeah, I love that one so much. I've met some of the cast from that too. That with Star Wars is like what I grew up on. And
Hmm.
so that's just like been what I've known, and then it just yeah, it just introduced me into like everything. So, yeah.
You've met. We talked about this before we hit record, guys. But she's met Fred and George.
Yes.
I
I will
met.
always meet them. If I have an opportunity, I will always go and see them. I met them back in 2015, and then I just saw them a year ago ish, I think. Well, maybe 2 now. But yeah, they're so sweet. Love them.
I love that they love Harry Potter.
Mm.
Like now they're
The
doing the
baking
baking
show
show.
that they
Yeah. Yes,
so
exactly.
cute. Oh my gosh. I was like, yes. They were so perfect for that. I loved it.
It's so good. And I'm just like I like when like we met Bonnie right last
Mm,
year.
yes. She's so
That
sweet.
was great too. I love I was supposed to see I'm forgetting his name now, but who plays Neville? I can't think of his.
Okay, yeah, Matthew.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's
We are supposed to meet
phenomenal.
him and then he canceled. But I love when these actors still love
Just
their
love it.
shows.
Yeah.
I want to meet Tom Felton so bad.
Oh, he's so dreamy. He's so lovely. Love him.
Of
He
course you
smells
do.
good.
Of
I need to
course
see
you
him
do.
again because our picture just wasn't it. I was like, oh my gosh. Wasn't a vibe. It's fine. It's fine. I also met his dad, Jason Isaacs. Daddy had
Oh,
me.
that's a good one.
He's very nice too.
I
Very
loved
fun.
him in the OA, which was like
Okay,
a
I don't think I've seen that one, but I loved
it's
him
a
in Patriot. That's how I was introduced to him.
oh man, okay, I'm gonna have to check that one out. But who's your favorite character in the Harry Potter world?
Ooh. Well, I'll always say Fred and George. That's a package deal. They're
Mhm.
two in one. I do love Snape. I have his quote on my wrist
You got the
always.
always tattoo.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's probably like those two. I do love Sirius Black as well.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I love those. But I also really loved Luna too. She was just like my girl. I feel just like that cute little
Authentically
girl.
herself
Yes.
all the
So
time.
always
And
love
so powerful and so smart, and she just, get written off because she was weird and quirky.
yeah.
But my favorite is Bellatrix Lestrange.
Yes. Oh gosh.
Just
So
mad crazy. She
incredible
looked
work. She's
she looked
yes.
sexy in a corset, like you know. She just looked good all the time.
hmm
Yeah, that was my favorite. She's my favorite. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else that like I
There's too
really
many characters in that show.
I know, and it's so hard because you can find a connection with so many of them.
Yeah. I mean, and growing up, now I'm always a Draco girl now, but like when I was younger, I'm like, no. But now I'm like, yes, girls forever.
Now you
I
get
got
it.
there was like a moment on TikTok where it was Draco talk, and oh my gosh, I will admit I contributed to that era of making
You're the reason.
cringy content of like, yeah, but it was gold. And that's when like Tom got on TikTok and started watching videos of it. He's like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "Sorry guys." Like it was nuts, but
And
great.
I think I do vaguely remember this era on TikTok because there was a lot of like these like Tom Felton Draco Malfoy collage like blankets.
Oh
I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they were just everywhere all the time.
yeah.
It was just
It was
like
it was a good
40
time.
pictures of Draco just mashed together on a blanket.
Yeah. It was a good time. I miss that era. It was so cringy. Oh my gosh. Oh my.
But
We love it.
but you know what? Cringy content has to be made.
Oh, it
Like
does. Yeah.
the most successful content, I think, in my opinion, is the cringy content.
Mhm.
The stuff
Exactly.
that as soon as I'm hit stop recording, I'm like, ooh,
You're
it's
just
kind
like,
of weird.
great post.
Yeah, post.
Exactly. We love
I
it.
just send it off with a little prayer, like, please do something.
I,
Please hit the right audience here.
I know. Oh my
But
gosh.
it's up to the TikTok gods, not me.
Like,
Do you think that TikTok's getting the ban?
I don't think it will. Yeah. I don't think it
I'm
will.
scared.
I know. I've been
I'm
like,
scared.
I was pretty nervous about it at first when it was like really happening because I've been through TikTok multiple times and they're like, it's gonna go. Just keep
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna go. But like, I don't know. I'm at ease right now thinking that I think it'll be okay right
I
now.
hope
So
so. I do not like Rails. I I hardly ever touch my Instagram. I'm touching it. I mean, I shouldn't say I'm touching it. That sounds weird. I'm using it a lot more now because I have to in case TikTok goes away. But I'm like,
yeah.
I don't like
Yeah,
this
I've heard
platform.
from a lot of people. I think that it'll be okay. So I'm just like happy thoughts. Like
Please,
I don't
whoever's
know.
out there listening to
Do
this, please.
something. I'm like, that's my job. I'm like, you know how many creators are losing their jobs? I'm like, hello, I
Yeah,
don't. So
yeah. I have like a tiny, tiny stake in this,
yeah,
like tiny, but still,
but still,
I'm scared.
that's
I
how
still
I
worked
was.
for it for a year and a half.
I know. I'm like, I did not work this hard to be like, bye.
I
So
didn't post cringy, embarrassing things of myself. I
I
didn't dance on lives for this
for
to be
no
happening.
yeah.
Like, you know what the things I said? I
I know.
sacrificed my dignity to grow on TikTok. Please.
The things we've done, like, it's fine. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you some fandom questions here. I've got some prepared because I'm a
No
hard hitting
pressure.
journalist. Okay, for your fandoms, which one would you say brings you the most like comfort when you're in? Most nostalgic, most comfort.
I can only pick one?
It's so hard. But these
Okay.
are the hard hitting
Well,
questions.
I know, seriously. Well, I will have to go with Stranger Things. Shocker. I think just because it's something that I've been talking about for 10 years now, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what started my page. Like, it's what got my videos to go viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
And, some of the cast had seen my videos. And so that's been very special to me. And just, um, where I'm not from the 80s,
Yeah.
it was just very nostalgic to me because I grew up on just everything 80s, from music
Mm-hmm.
and movies and TV shows. And so having this type of show has just always been my comfort show. It's
Right.
always on. It's like background noises. Sometimes I'll do a legit watch through and like pay attention, but it's just one of that show that has always meant so much to me and so special. And then when I got to meet the cast, like, it just made it even more special to be like, yeah, this is that show for me. So,
Right. Favorite season?
oh, four. Yeah, yeah.
4? Really?
Yeah. I mean, it goes back and forth all the time. I do love season 2 just because I felt like that's where it just really started picking up for me.
Yeah.
I mean, season 1 is just like, okay, yeah, getting into it. This is
Mm-hmm.
like, I love the show. I want to keep watching it. But I think what really started to like get me hooked was season 2, and just how these characters were developing, and we just got to see their growth really come out. But yeah, I do really, really love 4. I think that's the one I'm always like, okay, I want to put a show on, let's watch season 4.
4? Wow.
What's
I
yours?
minus 3.
Is it 3?
I
I
love
do
3
love
so much.
3. I, I love everyone, but I think I just love 3 just because of Robin and Steve and
The
getting
Scoops Troop,
those
yeah.
yeah, Scoops Ahoy is just that moment.
Yeah, the
So,
Scoops Troop was, like,
everything.
incredible. Obviously, that's, like, a huge introduction to Erica too, which
Yes.
had the best lines.
She
"I'm 10, you bald bastard." Yes. Tell
did.
him.
He
You
has
know
those
what's up.
witty comebacks. I'm like, yes.
It was so good, and I think too, it was just, like, I loved the Mind Flayer. I loved the Tom
Mhm.
and Bruce monster with Nancy and Jonathan in the hospital. So,
And you
so
gotta
good.
love Never Ending Story. I mean, obviously.
Right? Yeah, that
With
was the funniest thing.
fun.
I could still see Erica looking at him like
What
when he's
the
starting to
hell?
sing. It was just so good. We've got and then Andre or Grigori, Andre's
Yeah.
the actor.
Mhm.
Grigori and Hopper doing the
Mhm.
little Terminator back and forth.
Incredible scene.
And then we thought Hopper was gonna die.
Ugh,
Like,
don't even remind me of that. That was
don't remind
trauma.
me that. I turned my camera,
Trauma.
there's
I know.
David Harbour there. I was like, I'm not gonna see this man on the screen again for 4.
Like, rude.
Yeah. It's really rude duffers.
Awful. Mhm.
But yeah, season I would on this might be controversial,
Just a
but
very, like, that was the summer we got Stranger Things, like, during July, and so it's just,
mhm,
like, that
set the
really
tone for
yeah,
like
Stranger
4
Things
too.
summer, just yeah. So I get the vibes of that.
And I'm hoping we have another one. Although I feel like we might be leaning into more like
Fall.
winter, fall
I've
era
been
of
like
Stranger Things.
I know it'll be in 2 parts. I do know that.
Yeah.
And like I kept going back and forth. I was like, "Oh, I would love it for one to be on July 15th, like when season 1 aired, or
Mhm.
it'd be fun for November 6th, Stranger Things Day to be a date." But I don't know what they're going to do as far as
I mean,
like
they could
how
pull like
far
a
they're
yeah, they
spaced.
could pull like a Squid Game too and like drop it closer to the end of the year and then wait till the following year. I
Yeah.
don't know
I
though.
don't know. It's really frustrating.
Yeah,
Like,
somebody listening
give
with
us a
inside knowledge
month.
tell us. I know.
Like,
Uh,
please. But I think, yeah, I think we'll get that soon. Yeah. I
I,
think Super Bowl is a possible like date drop. Date drop. So
it's got to be. There's no
I'll
way.
be
It's
mad.
got to be.
I'll write to them.
But I think one of my like controversial like Stranger Things is I didn't really like 4.
Yeah, I
It's
get
like
that. I know some people are just like,
I think it's
yeah.
cuz like everybody was just like separated. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I didn't like that.
I like I like when they're well, I mean, I do like when like the crew gets together like when they're going to the Krill house and stuff like that and making
Mhm.
that plan. I do like that they're together there, but
But
obviously
like
they're still missing like
11 and Jonathan and Mike
Mike and
were all
Will.
separated.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I get that. But I'm excited for them to all come back together for the second
me
one.
too.
I'm
And
like,
I will say the thing I loved about 4, I love that it is darker, a little bit more gorier, a little bit more gruesome.
it
Like that's my
needed it.
favorite thing. It definitely did. I mean, when they snapped Christy, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't
I
believe they're
know. I was like,
going."
this is the first episode. I was not prepared. I was like,
I, I didn't
okay.
expect for her to just every
Snap
bone
crackle
to
and
get
pop,
snapped.
literally. Like, I was like,
Yes.
hello? Yeah, it was very
That yeah, that was insane. What I would give to rewatch it the first time. Some of those moments. The
gosh.
huge moments. Oh my gosh.
That's why I like watching it with people who've never seen it before because I'm like, I can relive it through them and like
Yeah.
have them experience. So I'm like, anyone who wants to watch it with me, please do. Let's go. Gosh.
I would love that too. I need but I don't know. I'm like everybody in my close circle like I've gotten them to watch. So I'm like
No, I'm like,
I don't
I
know
don't
who else
have
to
any more
grab.
friends. I need to make new friends.
I'm gonna like put a flyer up or something to find somebody to just
Never
watch it.
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Um so the last time I mean we've chatted a little bit on Instagram in the group,
Yeah.
but the last time that we talked in person it was the first time we met in person and it
Yay.
was at the Upside Down Con.
Woo.
What did you think of the Upside Down Con?
Cut this out.
Say your truth, because I'm gonna say mine.
I mean, the talent I loved. This was everything that I needed and have been like craving and just dreams because gosh, some of these don't really go to cons in
Mm-hmm.
general. So it was very nice to see them at a con. Some go to them, but like very rare or none that
Yeah.
like the Europe cons, they go to those. I'm like, hello, what about us?
Yes. Yes.
Um,
And I
so
think
that
it's because they get a free European vacation
I
to
know.
go to it.
um, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. I loved the meet and greets. That was very fun. I did
Mm-hmm.
Joe's and I did Noah's. Um, and those were very like intimate and very special and like kind of have not one-on-one time, but you know, I got to ask questions and so it
Yeah.
felt like a very just like a normal friendly conversation that was just very fun. I loved being in Jackson. I had never been there before, so getting to
Mm-hmm.
explore where they film um, was very just sentimental and soaked everything in. I was like, oh my gosh, I
Right.
loved everything about that. But yeah, it was very busy for me. I had so many things. I was just like going back and forth. I was like, I am dead and tired.
Yes.
But those little moments were worth it to just see the people that I've grown up watching. So
Yeah. Yeah, it was great because they really did. I mean, this was really like the stars aligned for this con because they knew everybody was in the same place filming
yeah,
Stranger
it was
Things
very
5. So they were all accessible.
mhm.
And so that's why we got like a majority of the cast there.
Yeah,
But like I don't I Joe's done a few cons but not that many.
not
This was
yeah,
probably I think Maya's second con
yeah.
cuz I think she did the Chicago one
Hmm.
was her first one.
Yeah,
Um so yeah, they pulled in
it's
all the stars.
amazing.
So for like a lot of us we checked everybody off our list in
Yeah,
one weekend,
I know.
which is so great. I yeah, I think being there and like seeing Jackson, because I've been there a few times. I've been lucky enough to be there a few times,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's just surreal because it's like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite show, and
Yeah,
I'm
just like
here, and they filmed.
walking where they filmed was like
Yes, that's exactly it. I'm like walking where they filmed, and like
mhm.
when you go to, I think it's Hawkins headquarters is the Stranger Things store shout out. Like
Yeah.
when you walk there, like there's moments in the show where they've walked those same like crosswalks
Yeah.
in the tavern, and it's just so great that like people in Jackson embrace it and don't like
Yes, they
turn
were
us
so
away.
sweet. Like the shops, I did like an escape game with Jackson
Mhm.
Escape Games, which their store is the Radio Shack in the show, which was so cute.
Mhm.
But yeah, like the town just really got into it. They were so excited, and I loved that some of the meet and greets were at these businesses, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. So yeah, I loved that the town got into it.
That was the other thing is like I'm glad that Epic Cons did the meet and greets at the shops.
Hmm.
Because for some of those shops, like me, like talking about myself, I probably would not have gone into some of those
Yeah.
shops if
Hmm.
they weren't like directly related to the show. I might not have explored those shops.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm grateful that they did that because now like Lena and Jane is like a cute boutique clothing,
Yeah.
and they
So
have the
cute.
best stuff. And Mrs. Cubby has stuff from there, and I've got my hat, and I might not have gone in that store
I
because it
know.
would have. I would there wasn't going to be stuff for me. I would never gone in there. So I'm
Yeah.
glad they did that and just like introduced people to other things there.
Yeah. Super cute.
But I will say I do wish they had a little bit more like stuff to do at the con. I wish they had a little bit more Stranger
Yeah.
Things
I would
themed
have loved
stuff.
it if
There's not even
like
a sign, an
yeah,
upside down sun
for
sign.
or like in between the panels if they did like maybe show an episode or something in between
Hmm.
instead of just like sitting there, just something more like interactive or something. I wish there was maybe more like backdrops for people to like take pictures with. There's
Yeah,
like one small one, but I thought it'd
and it
be
was
cool to
in
tell
an
the
you guys. It
story.
was an inflatable one from Amazon. I'm just gonna be keep it real. It's an inflatable one from it. It's like an inflatable couch, a giant oversized inflatable cell phone, and
Yeah.
like I think it was like the wallpaper, Joyce's wallpaper with the
Oh yeah,
lights,
the ABC wall.
like Christmas lights was the backdrop.
Yeah.
And
I was
that was
like,
that. And that was the
it
only
felt
Stranger
very
Things
dark.
stuff you
I
saw.
mean, yeah, I know it. I don't know. It's a small town, and so I don't know what else would have been accessible. But like for selfies and stuff, it was definitely very dark, and it was kind of frustrating at times because it felt just like we were just in this warehouse building or whatever, and I'm
Hmm.
just like, oh, there needs to be more lighting or something to just like
Yes.
not feel so moody. I guess.
Yes, it was definitely like, yeah, it was definitely dark. And a lot of my, I mean, this is very nitpicky, probably like a content creator
I know.
critique is like the lighting. It was just like the orange lighting.
Yeah, like my selfies, I was like, "Oh boy, we're gonna make these
Yes.
black and white because oh boy."
Slam the filter in. Slam the filter on
Yes,
immediately.
yes, my gosh,
But
but yeah,
yeah, I think they did a great job getting the cast together. There just was not
yeah,
Stranger Things stuff.
I know,
That'd
I
be
know.
my big complaint.
Mhm.
But
I do
yeah,
agree.
that was great. And we got to meet everybody in the Upside Downers group.
Yes, that was so fun, but it felt so. That was so rushed though. Like I wish we could have done more stuff as like a group because
Hmm.
we were all over the place, and like some I did not like either see or we saw in passing in
Yeah.
lines and like hi and I was like no, yeah,
Hmm.
I have to
And then
just
before I knew it, I was like, the weekend's gone. I was like, oh my gosh, I
it's
meant to
over.
see so and so. And I didn't. I didn't set time. But yeah, I wish we would have just had like, I wish we would have figured out one common time to we just like go
Going
go to
like
the coffee shop,
yeah,
go
it
sit
would
down
be the
somewhere.
same thing. Hmm.
But
Just
those
not
schedules were hectic.
it was like back to back. I was just like I gotta be here but also here at the same time. I'm just like
Hmm.
thankfully it was like all in the same space, but I'm just like oh my gosh I gotta be in this line, and then I had to like jump over to my other line, get my picture, and come back. I was like oh my gosh I'm
Yep.
stressed. Pretty sure I
Yep.
didn't like eat anything until dinner time. I was like,
Yeah,
I
me
have
either.
time.
Me either. I just sipped on water.
Yep. It's fine.
Um, who was your favorite from there? Favorite celeb?
I
Just
wondered what he
curious.
was going to say.
Who was?
It had to
You
be
can't say me.
Joe.
You can't say
Oh,
me.
sorry. Okay, you're second. Sorry. It was definitely Joe. Just because that's obviously been a moment that I'd been looking forward to for a really long time. And we just had really good conversations about Star Wars because he loves Star Wars. I made him a hat from my shop um, in season 3 at the no wait, yeah, it was yeah, the end, right? I'm getting so confused right now. It's the end of season 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it? Um, and they're at the video store
Mm-hmm.
and talking about his favorite movies, and he's like Star Wars, and he's like, which one? And it's like the one with the teddy bears, duh. I made that quote into a hat and gave it to him, and he was super excited about that. Love that. And then we had a really special time at the coffee shop with questions and just connecting over music and stuff. So he'd have to be my top favorite. Yeah.
Hmm.
What about you?
Interesting.
Can't say Joe. Just kidding.
Interesting.
Interesting, I know.
So now that we're here, I purposely knew what this answer was going to be. I purposely
You
redirected the
tricked me.
conversation
Oh
here.
god, it's ridiculous.
We are gonna address the beef. We've played it nice so far. These 36 minutes in, we've played it nice and
You're
been
like,
friendly
we're
and
done.
cordial,
We're done.
but that's over with. You guys, I also met Joe Keery, and we had a moment. We held hands,
It's
and
fine.
I know he felt that spark the minute our hands touched. I know he felt that spark. And HannahSarah lives in this delusion
My
that she and Joe have something when it's clearly
listen,
clearly evident that it's me and Joe who have something.
I don't know about that.
So you can have your little music talk. You can have your little give him your little gifts.
Listen, I can't tell you what I know, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Say it.
I can't.
Say it.
I can't.
Also, what's this rumor that you guys almost kissed at the
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know.
Where's the video evidence?
Listen, we couldn't have our phones in there, so sorry. There's
Exactly. They were so strict.
they were, which was frustrating because I was like a part of the media part, and I still couldn't have anything. I was like, cool, thank
That
you.
makes no sense.
It
Your job is to create media,
doesn't. Yup. It was
and
great.
you need your phone to create media.
I know. That's
Yeah,
another.
that didn't make sense.
That's a whole other story.
Oh my gosh.
We love it.
Okay.
We love it.
We're gonna
Well,
I'm just gonna let you have your little delusional relationship. I'm gonna
Listen, I have a friend who works on the set of Stranger Things, and he gave Joe another gift from me, and he loved it. And he said, "Thank you," and he was very excited. So
I'm gonna call Joe. I'm gonna call Joe right now.
I'm gonna call Joe right
This is not okay. Like, who are
now.
you accepting gifts from? This is not what we agreed to.
We are not accepting gifts.
Mhm.
No, it's just a T-shirt and a hat.
Oh, I see.
No,
I'm
and a
gonna
note.
spray my cologne
Little
all over
note,
that. So
but it's fine. Little note.
okay, well, I guess we can be friends.
We're gonna have to be
At the very least, acquaintances.
ridiculous. I'm gonna make you sign a contract. Like,
Okay, Sheldon Cooper. Let's
I
get
know
that friendship contract
exactly.
going.
It's
Oh
gonna
my
be like
god.
what 500 pages? I don't even know. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, you have to
I
read
will just like I do everything else in my life. I will just sign and hope for the
I
best.
know. Just hope it
Don't
works.
read the terms and conditions. Just sign it.
Signing my life away. Oh, geez, so funny.
Okay, let's talk. Let's talk Star Wars for a second because you've actually met the goat of Star Wars, Mark
Yes.
Hamill.
I've met Mark Hamill. I'm also pretty close friends with Harrison Ford, which Joe loves. So we're gonna bond over that. Anyway,
Okay, I thought we had moved on from that, but you want to bring it right back up.
we're circling it back. Yeah, I've known him since I was a little kid. He used to live by me, and because he has helicopters, and so uh, got to fly in helicopters with him when I was little. My mom was his
That's
little,
crazy.
yeah, small world.
Is he nice?
Oh, so nice. I love him. He's adorable, and he's so funny. So funny.
He looks like he's funny. I watched. Oh, I can't even think of the girl's name now, but she's a UK television host. Uh, I cannot think of her name at all, but she's a riot. I watched her interview with him, and he's
He's
funny.
yeah, he's pretty hilarious. I know there's like an action figure like interview, and he had like a Star Wars something, and I think he broke like the Millennium Falcon one time, and it was hilarious. I was like, typical. But I've met
Well,
him,
what?
but I've also met Hayden Christensen too. So
That's a flex. When he was at Fan Expo Dallas, he had his own room
mhm.
specifically for photos and autos,
Yeah, they keep him very secretive.
and the line was insane.
I waited like 2 hours.
Yes, yes. I mean, that was like the longest. I mean, spill. First of all, the room that they had him in here was huge on its own, and that line was still spilling out of that room for him.
Yeah,
But
it's a lot.
it's also nice to see that he's getting his flowers now, because people did not like him
No,
as
they did not.
Anakin
They
when they were
hated
first when that trilogy first came out.
Yeah, and it's so cute when he like came back and for like Obi-Wan series and everything, and
Mhm.
he just got very kind of emotional during it because it's like us now, we're like kids then, and we appreciate him because like we've grown up like with that. So
Yeah,
yeah, love
but
him.
I mean, you've met the three biggest figures in that franchise. What did you think when they killed? I don't think this is a spoiler because it's been out forever. What do you think
If
when
they
they
haven't
killed?
seen it, that's on them.
Exactly, guys.
Sorry.
Um, when they killed off Harrison Ford's character.
I hated it. I
Me,
screamed. I
me
was like,
too.
really? I was like, what are we doing?
I think sometimes when these shows come, these movies like try to like reboot the franchise,
It's just
they
not.
go for like the cheapest and like kill off a legacy character.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
think it had a
J.J.
point.
Abrams, like what he did, like, ugh, I cannot with him. Like he kind of just ruined like the endings of Star Wars. I'm like, we're mad at you. We're mad.
I don't get it. Least
Yeah.
favorite villain ever.
Like the older ones, like Harrison Ford ones, Chef Kiss, Revenge of the Sith, those are great.
Oh, so good.
But then like,
And
and I do like Ray and everything, but like that whole storyline, it was just messy. I'm like,
mhm.
what are we doing?
I
Yeah.
can't even remember I can't even remember this second installment in that trilogy, but my
Yeah.
gosh, was it's the most boring thing I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And what
I
they
don't
did
even
with Finn's
remember.
character,
Yeah.
giving him like a love interest and that was
That's
his
how
whole
like
story.
much I don't care about it is I don't remember the title name. So I'm like, whatever. Is it like Return of I don't know. I thought it had something to do with Skywalker. I don't know.
The Rise of
Rise
Skywalker?
of Skywalker, maybe. I'm
Something
gonna
like that.
look it up.
Whatever. Don't come for us, guys. Don't
Yeah,
come for us. We are fans of the
they're
show.
not
It's
that
just
great, so don't worry about it.
but you know what? In the Star Wars fandom, we're pretty great.
Yeah, the
There's
early.
a if there's one thing the Star Wars fandom's gonna do, it's gonna hate. I will never. And this is a message to
Yes.
all the Star Wars people out there. I will never forgive you for getting Acolyte canceled. I loved that show. The action was so good. We got two point of views for the
They
same story. You guys ruined it.
ruined it.
Oh my gosh. Literally, they got it canceled. We had the best villain. I don't remember the villain's name, but we had the best villain. Manny Jacinto played the villain.
Oh yeah, then
He
he
had the
did.
best mask,
I like
best suit.
Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal. I need
I don't
him.
get it. I
He
don't get
has,
the Pedro hype.
I love him. Yeah.
But
Everyone's just like,
why?
"Are you okay?" I don't know. I think him and I would vibe. I think it's just his personality. Like I love his personality. He's so funny. And I don't know. Yeah, I adore him. He's funny. He's like a teddy bear.
Okay. So what I'm taking from what the listeners are getting from this podcast is that Hannah will vibe with Tom Felton,
Hmm.
Joe Keery,
Always.
Pedro Pascal.
Forever.
Um,
Who else can we add?
clearly she can't let me just have Joe. She's gotta
I
have it
gotta have
all.
everyone. I mean, like Hayden, and then just add them all up. A
Add
list
it
is
to the
made.
roster.
I know. It changes every year. No. Oh,
Ugh.
I like Tom Hiddleston. Oh, adore him. Met him on
Loki?
here. Loki. Yeah.
Loki, yeah.
Met
Did you
him.
like that series?
Oh, yes. It was good.
I liked it too. And there's a okay, I'm trying to remember. In season one,
Mhm.
I think it's season one. Did you know there's a location in season one of Loki that is Starcourt Mall?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'll have to
So
check
like
it out.
when you're like in the show, in like in Stranger Things, the front of Starcourt Mall where they always walk into,
Oh,
to the left
yeah.
of that is the Loki
Mhm.
build. Like I can't remember what it was in Loki, but
Yeah.
that's the building there.
Yeah. I love that.
I
See,
don't.
worlds collide.
I'm trying to remember what even else Tom Hiddleston is in. I only know him
Um,
for Loki.
yeah, he was in that one. uh, What was it? It was. I don't want to say.
After he broke up with Taylor Swift, I didn't know
I
anything
feel like
else.
we don't need to anymore.
I'm not even a Swifty, but I was like,
We don't
I
even
don't
care about
know.
you. Gosh, what was that movie? Now it's gonna bug me. I
What
don't
other Marvel shows are you into?
I love Wanda.
Oh, so
Love
good.
WandaVision. I did watch Agatha. It was like up and down for me. I did enjoy it. There were some things I was like, what?
Yeah.
I like early stuff. I mean, I love Spider-Man movies, Thor.
Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Oh, now we're getting into controversial stuff.
Maguire, Garfield,
I know.
Holland.
I mean, I grew up with Toby, and he'll
Right.
always be like he's just the OG. Like
Yeah.
you can't replace him. I sadly didn't like Andrew's Spider-Man, but I do adore him. I think he's great. Like I feel
Of
so bad
course.
for his movies. But I do love Tom, I think the most. I think just because we're like close in that age range and I just
Hmm.
loved what he did with that character. Um, but yeah, I did enjoy that. I met him too. We held hands. Sorry, Zendaya.
Who?
Tom Holland and I.
When did you meet him?
Ooh, his was I think 2019, maybe? Yeah. 2019.
Did he go to a con?
Yeah, it was at FanX in Salt Lake, Utah.
What the? How did they pull that off?
I don't know. I was shook.
That's
I mean,
actually
like that's
such
like
a
a big.
flex.
It's like a decently big con. They're growing, but like as far as as like megacon level wise,
Right.
I was pretty shocked. But my very first time with FanX, they had Chris Evans, I think, was there, and Sebastian was there, and I was so
They
sad I didn't
they
meet them.
never have that level when they come to Dallas.
Yeah.
Who would want to come to Dallas? But
Which is it? Fan Expo Dallas?
yeah,
Oh yeah, FanX was good. It's just like hit and miss. Like they'll have like one or two like headliners, and then all the rest are just like depends.
our biggest one, our biggest headliner was the National Lampoon cast reuniting.
Oh my gosh.
That was like our
What?
biggest one. Gayton and
Oh
Caleb
yeah.
were there, but the biggest I think headliner was that they reunited at Fan Expo
Yikes.
Dallas. But that's crazy. You got those. That's big.
Yeah, that
And
was
then there's
like my unicorn
San
one.
Antonio does a good con that pulled Elizabeth Olsen,
Yes, I would
which
love to
I would
meet
love
her.
to.
Yeah. Those are
She's
hard because
stunning.
it's like it have to be like New York level or
Hmm.
like San Diego. My gosh. But like those are so hard because last it was like years ago. Last time I heard, like, you had to like put yourself into like a lottery system to get like photos, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not doing
Dang.
that.
Not
So
worth it.
no. So I'm like, well, I'll just take my chances of
Oh my
whatever and do it.
gosh.
But yeah.
All right. I want to go back to musical theater. What are what are some of your favorite things? Also, you can also dance and you can also sing.
Do a lot. I try to do everything.
Did you grow up doing it?
Yeah, I grew up doing just musical theater and theater in general. And like before, like middle school stuff, I did like little things. I
Hmm.
remember I did Wizard of Oz when I was younger, which I I played at this production. They had like people playing the trees and all this other stuff. I played a poppy. Oh my gosh. It was
What did
we
you
had like
do?
a
Sway?
green, yeah, we were just like in green leotards and like green tights, and we had like flowers on top of our head. I was like, oh my gosh, guys, what is happening? It was great. Loved it for me.
There
Um
are no small roles, only small actors.
exactly. That's where I got my big break. Um I did Peter Pan as well. Um, and then getting into high school, my very first lead, I was Kathy Selden in Singing in the Rain, which will always
Ooh,
hold
that's a good
such a
one.
special place. So fun. I'd love to do that role again because, woof, high school productions are something.
Hmm.
But it was fun. Love that. I did Treasure Island, which was such a random choice for a
I
production
don't.
in
I don't
school.
think I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. It's kind of like Treasure Planet if you're familiar with like that Disney
Yeah.
movie. It's like that but not in space. Oh, have you seen the Muppets Treasure Island type thing?
I don't think so.
Well, you need to. It's basically
Is
like
there a? Is it a movie? Wait, is it a
yeah, the
part
Muppets
animated
movie.
movie?
Not the Muppets one, but I think like just Treasure Island in general is like an old live action type thing. I have to see when it came
Because
out,
like
but
uh, now that Wicked came out, it's like reawakened like a musical theater kid in me. But I grew up in a very small town,
I
so
don't know,
there wasn't that much. Like,
1950s Treasure Island.
whoa!
Yeah. Yeah. Old stuff.
So now I'm getting back into like musicals right now.
Mm,
We like it's so bad. I just paid for a Broadway subscription through Amazon Prime to just
there you
watch
go. Exactly.
musicals. But my favorite, this I don't even know. I mean, it's a musical, but it's not like a theater one.
Mhm.
I loved Tick Tick Boom.
Oh my gosh. I literally was just thinking about that. Andrew is
It
so good in that.
it
I
was
love
great.
that movie. Oh my gosh. So
I
good.
I have Tick Tick Boom merch. I have a Tick Tick Boom PR box, which did not get sent to me. I had to go find it online. They have no idea who I am, but it came with a microphone and a music book. When they do the for your considerations, that's what it
Mhm.
was. It was a for your consideration like box.
Yeah.
I bought that. I bought a Jonathan Larson playbill from when it was on like a smaller theater,
There you go.
and then Jonathan Larson's Up in a Way that he wrote music on. It's on VHS. That's how. This is when the nerd like this is going to be a nerd alert sound
Mhm.
in here. This is when it gets nerdy. My obsession with things that make me feel takes me to that level. And I didn't meet him, but through Instagram, I met a guy. His name is Matthew.
Mhm.
It goes by Matt, but he's the guy that inspired what was his friend's name in Tick Tick Boom?
Oh gosh, I don't
The one that gets
remember.
diagnosed with
I
HIV.
know what you're talking
Him
about.
and Angel.
Mhm.
He was the inspiration for both those characters, and I met him.
I
I
love that.
didn't meet him. I we DM'd a couple times,
Yeah.
but I was like, golly, my
So fun.
that little hyperfixation I have can
Yeah.
take me some good places.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Um,
It
but what else have I done? I done Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. I've done Oliver Twist. That was an
that's
interesting.
a good one too.
Yeah. Um, then I've done Calamity Jane, which is just an old western, which was super fun. I like older type those old classics. And then I was Belle in Beauty and the Beast, which was
Great.
chef kiss. Like that was one of my
Yeah.
dream roles. It took me 3 times to audition to finally get it, which was fun. And then I did most recently, like 2 years ago, I was Rizzo in Greece. So
So good. The best, honestly, the best in that
yeah,
whole show. Best
I
character.
loved that character so much. I
Oh
was
my gosh.
like that was like how Ariano is with like Glinda, like that was me kind of with Belle and Rizzo. Like I was like, I will take care of these roles. Like these are my babies. Like,
It's
oh my
so
gosh.
she's the best one in that show.
Mhm. It was
Best
so fun to
character.
play. So fun. My gosh.
Oh
Yeah,
my
finally got
gosh.
it. But I love Phantom of the Opera. Like I'd love to do that on Broadway. That would be so fun. Um and Hamilton, big Hamilton fan.
That was
Um
all singing. I couldn't do it.
do it. It's
I needed to
it's
break and
hard to
talk
get
for a
into for
second.
people.
That
Yeah.
one was like a true musical.
It was like
And then I
so
was like, how do people follow it in the show? Like in when they're watching live, I was like, I need the subtitles.
I feel so
Like, how do y'all follow this in the theater?
bad. Yeah. The Notebook is really good. Oh my gosh, if you haven't listened to that soundtrack, it is fire.
I have not. That's
Go.
a Broadway, right?
Yeah. Well, I think so.
It was. I feel
Yeah.
like that it or it's yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah. Um I like the Beetlejuice one musical. That was
Oh, I
good.
love when she's like, um, she
That
does the Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice,
yeah.
I love that part.
Yeah. I didn't Yeah, just musicals in general. This one I saw like 2 months ago was the Adams Family musical, and that was really good. I was
Was
like,
it?
yeah, I was really shocked that I enjoyed it as much as I
I love
thought
the
I
Adams Family. I have not heard of that.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked that. There's so many. There's so
What's like if somebody came up to you and said, you can have whatever Broadway production you want. You can have whatever role you want. What's it gonna be?
Mm, I probably would want to do Belle again on Broadway. I
It's
need
so
that.
good.
Yeah. The production I was in, the staging was pretty small, and I told the director, I was like, I am providing my costumes. Like I want this to be like the best experience. And so like I already had like an authentic wig and like the blue outfit I had already had because I cosplayed as her before.
Yeah.
But then I went to Utah to get like a really like authentic ball gown for the yellow dress from a theater company. So, but I would
The
love to do that on
commitment.
Broadway. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I
That's
love.
good commitment though.
Yeah, I was like, we're doing this because yeah, just
I
those
mean,
local
yeah.
productions. They're fun and small, but you're like, it's not like that level, but it's still
Right.
fun. But yeah, would love to do Belle on Broadway. I know they're coming back. They're um, doing the U.S. tour again, which I had seen a few years ago. But yeah,
That will be cool.
yeah,
I
it's
I know I'm trying to see now that I'm like in this like musical mode, I'm hoping that a lot of these like national touring shows come
like
this way
come. Yeah,
because I've never been to one.
yeah, they're really
Stranger
fun.
Things Stranger Things on Broadway was my first Broadway play.
It's
But see,
gonna be
Mrs.
good.
Cubbie has already seen Wicked on Broadway, and Belle is her favorite thing.
Is it?
She
Yeah,
literally, by the way, she literally says that you guys are like two peas in a pod.
pretty much.
That like y'all like the same things. Musical theater kids.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And now
ugh.
I know she likes Belle, so yeah, obviously,
That's
yeah.
her favorite
Oh yeah.
Disney princess. Mine's
I
Mulan.
I dressed up as Belle quite often when I was little for Halloween. So
Do you
valid.
ever take out your bell dress and just like run to the grocery store?
Should. I got gas in when I had to do like dress rehearsals. I had to get gas in like my wig and all this stuff. I was like, hello.
And how do you feel? Because I've had a similar experience, but how did you feel? I'm curious.
I can be like
Do you feel
pretty.
badass?
Yeah. It depends. Sometimes I'm just like, I can be like, I call myself like an introverted extrovert because I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ugh, nobody look at me. Like, don't speak to
There's a time and place for honestly, this is like real talk. If they when I'm meeting like people obviously that like know me, which is only at Stranger Things places. Nobody else knows me anywhere else besides that. Let's be clear.
me.
I'm not famous. They only know me at Stranger Things places. It's like I can be an extrovert and I'm fine.
Yeah.
When I'm on camera filming, I can be an extrovert and I'm fine. Any other time, I avoid
I
people.
know. I'm just like, please
Oh,
don't talk to me. Don't look at me. No, bye.
yes, exactly. I'm like, please just stay away. I just want to get
Yeah.
in
Like,
and out.
yeah. I'm
I don't
like,
want to make small talk. That's my biggest fear in the world, small talk. Small talk and popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks make my teeth itch and I could cry
oh my
thinking about, oh my god, I can't even get I can't even get the word out.
gosh.
I hate it. I think about them on my teeth all the time and
Ugh.
I'm not kidding. Like this scraping, it makes my teeth itch, guys.
Oh my
My
god.
eyes are already watering.
You're like, please. Oh
I hate popsicle sticks. I just melt it a little bit and pop it right off and then eat it. I don't even
my
I don't
god.
even fuck with the stick, guys. I
I'm
hate
gonna
them.
get some
I
popsicle
look,
sticks in the mail.
you guys, the tear because I hate
Crying.
popsicle sticks. My eyes are already red and watery. I hate them.
Well, I'm gonna get you some popsicle sticks now.
You would.
What?
That's just like you, Hannah. That sounds just like your character.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, this was the best time. How
Well,
did an hour already go by? See,
I don't even know.
this is the point. Like when you're talking like nerdy stuff, it's the
It
best
just
thing
goes by
ever.
so fast. That's how I, yeah, that's how I am. I just
And
talk all the time.
I said this on the previous episode. These nerds don't even know how good they have it. Because
Yeah.
guess what? When you're a millennial and you're growing up nerdy, you want to like anime, punched in the throat.
I know. Like, ugh.
You want to like Harry Potter and go to the midnight premieres at your local Hastings,
You're weird.
shoved into your locker.
Mhm.
Now y'all just have it good. Now you just walk around celebrating.
I know.
Wear
I
your
really
little nerdy glasses and just be cute on TikTok.
wear
Y'all don't even
shirts.
know the struggle.
We couldn't even wear shirts. You're like, oh,
Exactly.
like, ew.
Oh gosh. And growing up in a small town was the worst too because nobody knew anything.
No, it's awful. Just
Oh, y'all,
so
y'all are all you young listeners. Y'all don't even know how good you have it. You better count your freaking blessings, dude. I'm still unworking the trauma and the baggage from high school and middle school being a nerd.
listen. Anytime I told people like when Star Wars was like coming out or Harry Potter, I would always be first in line, and people would be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Are you okay?" And I miss those days. I miss like camping out, getting ready for like a premiere. Now it's just like, "Oh, here you guys go." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Where's the joy? Where's the
yeah.
excitement?"
I would,
Ridiculous.
I would love for there to be a huge franchise, like novel wise, like Harry Potter again.
Mhm.
When those books dropped, midnight premieres for the book at
Yeah,
the bookstore, trivia, cosplays, and you got free merch while you were there.
yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't care.
Oh, God, take me back.
I don't know.
Especially when I didn't have the anxiety of being an adult, the pressures of being an adult, having to have a job,
Drama.
having bills. What do you mean electricity isn't free?
I
My
know.
God,
Gosh. It's diabolical.
it literally is. It's a rigged.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Hannah, this was the worst hour of my life.
I know. I need to like get this shit together.
Let's get this over with.
I know, gosh. I gotta talk about Joe with him. Great.
Oh God. Here you go. You guys, she cannot stop bringing it up.
I know. I mean, look,
She brings
he's
it up all the
on
time.
my phone. We are
Oh my god.
dating. He doesn't know it
I'm
yet.
I'm telling Joe that's the last time you can get close to HannahSarah.
Ridiculous. Write a
File
firm
that restraining
letter.
order and get it in paper,
Just get
signed,
this.
sealed, and delivered to her.
No, this is ridiculous.
Are you wearing the Demogorgon ring?
Yes.
Clocked
Yeah,
it.
I love that one so
It's
much.
pretty. I want the Hellfire Club one so bad.
They didn't give me that one. Ridiculous.
I still need to go get it. Okay. Last thing, Hannah. Is
Okay.
there anything that you are nerding out about right now? Like
Ooh. Well, like besides Stranger Things, or like,
anything?
I don't know. I mean, pretty stoked that this year we get Stranger Things 5.
We're
Pretty
finally in the year of
nerdy.
Stranger Things.
I know. We are in the end, which is pretty sad. So I've been
Watch
really
it be
just
December 25th, 2025.
I will literally write them a firm letter. Like, no, we're not doing this, guys. We're not. Uh, Pretty excited about that. God, this year, there's so many new shows coming out. I'm excited for
Hmm.
Wednesday to come back.
Yes. Final
Percy
season of Squid
Jackson.
Game.
Yes, Squid
Oh,
Game.
yeah, yeah.
Jackson, super excited. You, which I love.
Final
Like
season of You too,
toxic,
right?
toxic men.
Y-
It's fine. um,
if you put, not to sidetrack us again, but if you put all of the men that you're attracted to, it's like a running type. At some point, they're all like douchey, toxic men.
probably.
I
It's fine. It's fine. Oh
mean, it's
well.
fine. You can fix them. You can fix
I know.
them.
I can fix them.
She
Exactly.
can
In the
fix
words of
anything.
Taylor Swift, I can fix them. No, really, I can. Yeah. Gosh, just new Disney movies are coming out. The new Jurassic World. I don't know how I feel about that, but Jonathan Bailey's in it, so
I'm kind of
obviously,
excited. I'm kind of excited for it.
yeah, gotta watch it. And Scarlet. I mean, yeah,
I'm kind of worried about Scarlet, but
it was a
I did
very
like the,
books, but
but
whatever.
I do want to, but I do want to watch it. I, I eat those up.
Yeah, I
You know what I
like the
mean?
old
But the
Jurassic Park
first, I don't think anything will ever top the original '90s Jurassic World.
forever.
I don't know. First of all, what did they do to the dinosaurs that they're so scary?
I don't know, but bring back what they did then because
It's
CGI,
worse.
shove it.
It's worse. Like the dinosaurs look worse now.
I know. It's like, yikes. Okay.
Oh, I'm
Um,
gonna touch on this too because we talked about this. You loved Twisters. I did not like Twisters, and
it
it's the
wasn't
same
just
reason.
because of Glenn Powell. Oh, it's pretty good. I don't know,
That
but
was
I
the
do
only
love
reason
the
anybody.
OG.
That was the only reason anybody showed up to watch. Let's be real.
Probably, but the OG was good. I love the OG. OG forever.
But I feel like the Twister looks more real in the OG than now. Like in
Yeah.
my head, I feel like okay, they're in the studio, they're blowing the wind, and then they're just like holding on,
Like,
and then the
wee.
tornado looks so fake. But then I look at the OG one, I'm like, oh, this looks real. I would
Yeah.
believe that they're still, you know, getting sucked up into a whirlwind,
I
but
don't know.
I just
I don't
couldn't
know.
buy it.
Yeah.
I could not get it.
I watched it in 40x, so I was in fully immersed in the experience.
Dang.
It was nuts. I
Those
almost flew. I
the
swear.
before and after TikToks were my favorite thing. People going
It was
to watch
so
them in
fun to do.
40x.
I remember making some. It's so funny. People just like driving by watching, like, what are they doing? Just keep driving, keep going. Oh man, so funny. Yeah.
I loved, yeah, I loved those TikToks. I still need to watch one. I want to watch one movie in 40. I still have not had that experience yet.
Me too.
Do
Twisters
you
was the
recommend
one,
it?
and you missed it.
I know that was probably the one to watch it, huh?
Yeah, because you get sprayed with water and wind and
Do
just
you really?
yeah. Yeah.
You get
Not like
sprayed with stuff?
intense, but there's like in front of your chairs, there's like little water spouts or whatever, and it just sprays you. And you're like, oh, thanks.
I did not know that. I thought it just moved.
Yeah, no, there's wind, and yeah, it's crazy.
What the heck?
Yep.
Okay, well, maybe I don't want to do that actually. What if it gets in your popcorn?
I had to put my popcorn down. It would have flown everywhere, flew, whatever.
That's crazy. I mean, let's be honest, guys. I finished my popcorn before the movie even starts. The popcorn is for the trailers.
Gone.
The popcorn is for the trailers.
Like 50 trailers. But yeah, it was fun.
All right.
Um,
Do you feel like you've nerded out?
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I'm nerded
me
out.
too.
Just kidding. I'm never nerded out. I could talk hours about all things. But
I know. I feel the same way. When you find your people, it just like it goes by so
I know that's
fast.
how I was with Stacy and Megan, like our podcast. I'm just like, la, la, la. I'm like, have fun editing
Uh huh.
that.
Yeah, I felt bad after a second because I was like, I can't remember. We did like 45, and then we ended up talking for like another hour
Yeah.
ish. After that, I was like, oh my gosh.
Like, sorry.
And now that I'm editing episodes, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate that I did that to y'all.
It's like, oops. Have fun.
Yup. Sorry. Sorry, Skull Rock broadcast. Shout out.
We love
If you're
you.
listening, we apologize, but you're the best.
Yep. I think
Also, shout out
Megan.
to them. Go listen to them too.
I know. The best.
Okay, HannahSarah, we're coming to an end. Where can people find
Woo!
you?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. All of them are at official Hannah Sarah. So, yeah.
And HannahSarah. This has been a blast, kind of, but she kept bringing up talking about my
Kind of.
man Joe Keery, so we're gonna let that go. But for right now, I think that's all I got.